welcome back. Welcome back. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. This is the Pascal Show. Sorry for a little bit of a delay. We were having a little bit of a technical difficulty. But if this is your first time checking out the show, please go click that like button on the Facebook page. Go and give us some love and likes in this feed and all that stuff. I'm very, very honored to have this guy coming up. Very funny dude. Man, you've seen him in Everybody Hates Chris, To Think Like a Man. He is also the host of BET's Black Card Revoked. Please give it up for the very funny and very talented Tony Rock, everybody.
What's up, man? How are you, bro?
Yeah, man, I'm good, man. Yeah.
Thanks for having me.
Hey, man, anytime.
Comfortable couch, all right.
Thank you,
Okay,
man.
I like it.
Okay, you know,
It
as
works.
long as it passes, right?
Yes.
You give me the
This
stamp of approval?
This is more love seat than couch. Right?
Yeah, it's kind of, yeah, it is a love seat. Yeah, we make sure.
This is love.
Yeah, you kind of have to sit and kind of lounge, right? It's kind of made for like a.
Yes.
You should be at a bar right now. You know where the cocktails at. And
I need the bucket with the ice.
right. You know what I'm saying?
Sparklers with the bottles.
Yeah, man. So, what are you doing here in St. Louis anyway, man?
I am performing at the Helium Comedy Club all weekend.
Helium Comedy
Yes,
Club.
2 shows tonight, 2 shows tomorrow, 1 show Sunday.
Yeah, you had one. You had one last night.
Last
too,
night,
right?
yeah, it was great. Yeah.
How was it?
It was good. It was really good. Yeah.
Is this your first time here in St. Louis?
No, I've been here several times.
Oh, okay.
I was here. The last time I was here was at the Shafitz.
Okay.
I was I'm on Mike Epps' tour, so I opened up for
nice.
Mike Epps. Yeah.
That's what's up, man.
Yes.
Dang,
a lot of fun.
okay.
A lot of fun.
Mike Epps.
Good guy.
Yeah,
Mike,
no
Mike
kidding,
brings
man.
them out. Mike brings out like 8,000 every city we go to.
I know, man. That guy's hilarious.
It's a
He is
different
hilarious.
monster when you're working with Mike.
Yeah, he's legendary, man.
Yes.
Legendary. So I got a lot of questions to ask you.
I will
of course,
answer
you
all
know
your
what I'm saying?
questions.
So now I know, like from like All of Us to
Yes.
the Tony Rock Project.
Tony Rock Project sucked, but yes. It was, yes.
I mean, so what made it suck? Why did it
The
suck?
Tony Rock Project was, I was trying to do, I had a deal with My TV. I was trying to do my version of Chappelle's show. I wanted to be, push the envelope,
Right.
take it to the edge. And then the networks, the suits always mess up comedy.
Right.
So the suits were like, you can't say that, you can't do this, you can't imply this, you can't show this. So what I was left with was pieces, and I made a show with the pieces they left me.
Right.
So I don't stand by the Tony Rock Project. It sucked. It was the only time I did something in this business for the check, and I will never do it again. So it was a lesson learned.
No, I heard that, man.
Yeah.
And it's like, man, Dave Chappelle though. You know what I mean? Dave Chappelle's
Dave Chappelle did the same thing.
Dave
He walked
Chappelle,
away.
yeah.
He walked away from the money.
That's crazy,
to keep his
though.
integrity.
Yeah.
And you have to do that sometimes.
Yeah, man. That I mean, that's pretty big though.
Yeah.
And also like just running your own show can be really
Yeah.
as you can
I
already
actually
know,
was going
it's-
to walk
it's
away from
tough.
it early on. I was going to leave the show, and then they put more money on it, and then they said, well, name it the Tony Rock Project. Initially, it was called something else. So it was like, to sweeten the deal, we'll
Right.
let you name it, put your name on
Put
it.
your name on it, yeah.
But it still sucked.
It didn't change the damn thing.
No, it didn't.
Wow. You're like, oh man, still, even when you polish a,
Yes.
a piece of
I'm
turd,
being
it's still
brutally
a turd,
honest.
right?
I'm being brutally honest with you.
Right.
I don't stand by it at all.
Oh, okay, well that's fair enough.
Yes.
That is fair enough. So now you're doing Black Card Revoked,
Yes.
BET, which is a great show, man.
Yeah, I love it.
Great,
I love
great
it,
show.
yeah.
How did you guys come up with the concept of the show?
The show is actually a board game that was out for years.
Oh, okay.
So it's a card game that people would play at home during cookouts and
Right.
family gatherings. They would break out Monopoly, break out Black Card Revoked.
Yeah.
So one of the producers was actually playing it at a friend's house one night. Took it to his boss. They saw it, loved it, and brought everybody in. Created a TV show around it. The casting director, a good friend of mine, Amber Bickham, who works for BET.
Right.
She said in the meeting, like, the only person that I could see hosting your show was Tony Rock.
That's
So
what's up.
they brought me in. I was like the last piece to the puzzle.
Yeah. So speaking of rock, right?
Yes.
You got like 11, right? 10 to 11
I have
brothers.
7 brothers and 2 sisters.
Oh, see, that's a lot of people.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
a lot of rocks.
Everybody's
That's
funny.
a lot of rocks.
Everybody's
That's a
funny,
lot.
but everybody's not a professional comedian.
Yeah. Oh, so then where did you get the humor? Did you get the humor from your mom, from your
Oh
dad?
no, both.
Who's funny?
Grandparents funny, uncles funny, aunts funny, cousins funny.
Oh.
Dad is super funny, mom super funny. Everybody, it's just a thing we do.
It's just
yeah.
in your
Yeah,
blood,
it's
in
just
the
the
genes.
thing we do. Yes.
So then, okay, I gotta ask you then. So who's the funniest one in your family then?
It depends on who you ask. I would say Kenny. Kenny would probably say Jordan. Jordan would say Andre. Andre would say Chris. Chris would say me. It depends on who you ask.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Because I mean, obviously Chris, your brother Chris is,
Yeah.
he's Chris Rock. I
Right,
mean, you can't
right.
even say his name without saying it, Chris Rock. You
Right,
know what I mean?
right.
So he even says that you're the funniest one.
He'll say me. Yeah, I'll say Jordan probably. I'll say Kenny.
So do you write any jokes with him or for him? Or anything like that?
I never wrote a joke for him, but sometimes we'll. In New York, in New York is different. In New York is 10 comedy clubs in the city, 12 comedy clubs in the city. So sometimes I'll just pop in a club to just do some time, and 5 minutes later he'll pop in. We don't even know it, and we'll just go back to back. And then when he gets off, it's like, hey, when you said that, you could have tied this in. You know, we kind of punch up, but it's not like a job. We just do it because we have the sensibilities.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah.
So because I would always wonder, like, if you have a family in that industry, you know, the entertainment industry, like, are you teaching each other how to do stand-up or how to tell a joke? And you see what I'm saying? Like, especially where you got, you know, your brother who is, you know, is a known, you know, obviously he's out there.
I understand the question, but you can't be taught to do stand-up.
Oh, okay.
You can't be. It's like learning how to box. You have to get punched in the face to learn how to box.
It's true.
So you got to get on stage to learn how to do stand-up. Somebody can't teach you how to be funny. You got to get on stage. You can't learn stand-up. The biggest misconception about stand-up comedy, people go to comedy shows and sit in the audience and go to show after show after show thinking they're learning how to do stand-up. You can't learn from there looking this way. You got to learn from here looking that way.
That's true.
And that's the only way you learn. So my brother could be Jesus Christ. He can't teach me how to do stand-up.
Yeah, that's what's up. No, I see. I get that now.
That makes sense.
That makes total sense. It does make sense.
If my brother was Mike Tyson, it's like, it don't make me a good boxer. It's like, I still got to get beat up if I don't know what I'm doing. You know.
So my question for you is this: do you remember the first joke that you ever did that you knew that slayed on stage, and what was that joke?
On stage.
You know what I'm saying? You know that one moment where you're like, I got them, like you're like, I'm in this groove, or I'm killing it right now. Remember, this is the first time ever, though. This is crazy.
I remember I said a joke on the school bus one time that killed, and I thought this is what I'm gonna do for the rest of my life.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, I told a kid like his head was so big. Granted, this is like 4th grade.
Right.
I said his head was so big, it's like it blocks out the sun or something like that, and every kid on the school bus is like, oh, he's the king, and I'm like, I'm never going to school again. I quit school today. I quit. I'm going to be a stand-up comedian.
I'm going to be a stand-up comedian right now. That's what's up, man. So as far as like when it comes to other projects that you're involved in, that kind of thing, I mean, are you just walking in the door because of your Tony Rock, or is it like, are you still having to go through auditions and stuff?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Some things like, the business is weird. Some like, sitcoms you have to audition for, unless it's written for you, unless you have a deal with a network. So sitcoms you got to audition for. Independent films, I might just get handed an independent film because it's like we need some people to attach to it. We need some names to attach to it. All right, Tony Rock, boom, it's your part. You got it. I was lucky when I hosted Apollo. That was handed to me. Jamie Foxx was the EP. He saw me doing stand-up in LA one night. I was doing crowd work at the time, just, you know, tying things in the room. And he was upstairs watching the show, just the way that the Lord works. And he called me the next day and said, hey, I'm executive producing the new Apollo, the relaunching of Apollo. I love what you did last night. It's yours. No audition. I saw enough last night to know that you can do it. He handed me a job. But it rarely works out like that.
Man.
You got to be in the right place at the right time.
The right place at the right time.
Yeah.
Because I always think that because, you know, you are who you are. You have the name and all that stuff. Especially your brother too, Jordan as well.
Yeah.
Which, you know, I remember he was in that show Love. And
yes, Jordan Rock is my favorite comedian in the world. I like to say that every interview.
Oh, for real?
Yes.
Why is he your favorite comedian?
Because
in the world?
he's the only comedian that I saw born, walk, talk, go to school, educate. I saw his whole arc. I saw him study the art. I saw him take his lumps. I saw him bomb. I saw him grow into who he is and develop a personality, a sense of what his stand-up voice is.
Right.
So he's the only person I know that I've seen the entire progression from life to where he is now.
That's incredible.
So he is my favorite person to watch on stage. Because when I watch him, it's not just watching a comic. It's watching a guy that I saw grow up. I remember him in diapers, and now I see him performing in front of thousands of people, and it's the greatest reward as a sibling that I could have.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Man, that's deep.
Dang. I gotta clap to that, man. You're gonna make me want to cry now, man. This ain't the Oprah show.
Man. It's the best.
I'm just playing.
It's the best.
That is dope.
Yeah.
That's crazy. So who else is in stand-up in your family, like doing stand-up comedy?
Chris, Jordan, myself, and my immediate family. My cousin, Sherrod Small.
Okay.
Super funny. Sherrod and I actually started doing stand-up the same day, same exact day. We went to a comedy club in New York, and you had to pay $5 and have a person in the audience. So you had to, it was a bringer show. You had to bring an audience member. So I paid $5, and I was his person. He paid $5, and he was my person.
That's what's up.
So they give you 5 minutes if you bring a person to sit in the audience.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. So one other question. How long do you, as far as comedy goes, how long do you use a joke? Like, how long do you use a joke until you go, okay, this is getting stale, like, I need to move on and use, and come up with something else?
Well, a topical joke, something that's pop culture, has a shelf life. So you can't talk about, you can't talk about, like, Kanye being retarded saying, slavery was a choice.
Yeah.
You can run with that for a little while, and then it's like, okay, it's done. We got all of the juice out of that. We're gonna move on. But a joke that's just, not necessarily topical, just a general joke, you can run with forever. A joke is never done because something's gonna happen later on that you might say, you know what, I can add that to that old joke, and it has a new life.
Right.
So if it's topical, shelf life, but anything else you can run with forever. If you do it on TV or you do it in a special, you retire it because you just choose to, but you can do it forever.
Oh, that's what's up.
Yeah.
Okay. No, because I always wondered if, doing a certain joke about, like, the chicken across the road kind of thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? After a while, it's like, all right.
Yeah, okay, so
I want to spin something, I want to do something more.
You take a chicken crossing the road, that's, okay, why the chicken cross the road? And then years later, that road is turned into a highway. So now you can say, all right, I'll do something different. Yeah. Or that neighborhood gets gentrified. So now it's like, oh, that chicken cross. So you can always change the joke.
Whole bunch of douchebags running around.
Everything's going to change. Yeah, it's going to change the dynamics of
the
chicken crossing the road. So you'll be able to do the joke
I see
again.
What you're saying. No, that's good to know. That's really, really good to know. So I also know that there was some sort of thing with Charlie Murphy.
Yeah, we had
back in the day.
Charlie Murphy and
I. Like a small little beef that was going on. What's that?
It wasn't a beef because if you come from Brooklyn, you understand what real beef is. So it wasn't a beef.
Yeah.
We had an issue one night at a club at a show in Long Island, and he was the headliner. We were co-headlining, but he was closing the show. Yeah. We were co-headlining. He was closing the show. Night of the show, he bumped me up in the lineup and cut my time because he didn't want me to go in front of him.
Yeah.
So I took offense to it, and I said some things in the press, and sometimes my mouth gets me in trouble.
Was it kind of a thing of like, one-upping him type of thing? Or
no,
like he just didn't want to? Like,
I said he didn't want to follow me. I said he was scared of me, and he didn't want to follow me.
Wow.
I said I was a better comedian. I said he was scared to follow me, and he should have just said that, and it would have been better for everybody to just let us know that, rather than cut my time and bump me up in the show.
Right.
It got to the press ran with it. For years, we would just like, we would see each other and just walk around each other and not say anything. And then he did an amazing thing when he was diagnosed. I guess, the only thing I can think of is when you're faced with your own mortality, you start to make things right with certain people.
Absolutely, yeah.
And he called me. He called me and apologized for what happened that night, and said he wished me the best in my career, and he said that he understood my journey because he was on the same journey. Following Eddie is the same thing as following, going behind Eddie's same thing as going behind Chris.
Right.
So he understood, and we made amends that day on the phone, and
that's great.
I wished him the best. He wished me the best, and like a week later, he was gone. So I really, really, really appreciate him doing that.
That's incredible.
He didn't have to do it. The fact that he was even thinking about me during that traumatic time he was going through spoke to his character, and I God bless him and God bless his family.
Yeah, no kidding, man. That's incredible.
Yeah.
And I'm glad you guys got to have that opportunity.
Yeah. A lot of people don't have that opportunity. A lot of people leave this earth and the beef is still going, and then people wish they would have said something in the moment, and they never did. So I'm glad I got to, make it right with him.
That is really incredible. Well, speaking of something where he was saying that, Eddie and Chris and that kind of thing. What are the perks of being in the Rock family?
Of being in the Rock family?
Or being related to Chris Rock?
It depends on what the girl looks like.
Okay.
No, that's a stock. That's a stock answer. The perks. What are the perks? The perks.
You know what I mean? Like, does it open the doors a little bit easier for you? That kind of thing.
No, it doesn't open any doors because
No gigs.
it'll open a door, but if I'm not supposed to be in the door, I will be exposed immediately. So that's not a perk.
Okay.
The perks is probably a free meal here and there, maybe. Like I get a ticket to something.
Somebody just comes up, drops off
my
some
brother,
Popeyes and says, "Hey."
if he's at if he's at a show, I could show up and say, "Hey, my brother's inside,"
Yeah.
and I'll get in for free. Or if he's at the Garden, sometimes this has happened. This has happened before. I'm at the Garden watching the Knicks, and I'm in like row 10, and he's courtside, and people will see me and say, "Hey, you want to go move down? Sit with your brother. There's a seat open. Hey, I'll go down."
Yeah.
Other than that,
That's what's up.
nothing crazy.
Nothing crazy.
No.
Okay. Had to ask.
Yeah, no, I
I
understand.
had to ask.
understand,
You know what I mean?
understand.
It's like, I would think like limo rides for life.
No,
You know what I'm saying?
No.
You're like, I need to just go to the bathroom. Limo ride to the bathroom.
Nah,
you know what I mean?
no, nothing like that.
Nobody just ran up, dropped off Popeyes on your lap and said, "Hey, you're Chris Rock's brother."
Nope.
Nothing like that?
I
No?
can get free Popeyes on my own.
Right.
That's the Tony Rock perk. That's the Tony. I went in White Castle a couple of days ago. This is so funny. Instead of going to the drive-thru, I usually walk in a restaurant, like a fast food restaurant, especially because I know that the young black girls behind the counter are gonna freak out when they see me.
Right.
So I might walk into Popeyes and say, "Hey, let me get a 2-piece," and leave with an 8-piece. That's like boom, Tony
Yeah,
Rock
that's
perk.
Yeah, Tony Rock.
Hey, you the guy from? Yes, I am.
I am.
Yes, I'm the guy. Yes. Put a little more chicken in that box.
Yeah,
Yes.
Keep on that. Keep on that.
So you also have this new TV show on CBS.
Living biblically. Yes.
It's not by the book anymore.
No. This is the thing.
Biblically.
It was called Living Biblically. Then CBS thought that might be a little too much to go with the biblical aspect.
Right.
Some people will shy away from it.
Right.
So they changed it to By the Book.
Right.
And then once we had the pilot presentation and showed the world and did our research groups and all that stuff, they said, let's go back to, Living Biblically.
Oh, okay. So what is the premise of this show?
The premise of the show is based on a best-selling novel written by A.J. Jacobs. A.J. Jacobs lived in New York City for a calendar year. He tried to live his life 100% according to the Bible. And
That's
he wrote a
wild,
book
man.
about it. Yeah, he wrote a book about it.
Johnny
That's
Galecki.
impossible.
Yes, that's why
impossible.
it warranted a book.
Like you're
In
not
New-
doing
in
nothing.
New York
You're
City.
just drinking
In New York
water
City, yes.
and nothing else.
So Johnny Galecki from Big Bang Theory loved the book. He turned it into a pilot. And in the pilot version, the sitcom version, the lead character finds out that his wife is pregnant. He's a slacker. He's just getting by in life. He finds out his wife is pregnant. He wants to be a better man. So he grabs a Bible one day at a bookstore and decides to live his life 100% according to the Bible until the baby is born.
Wow.
And then all type of craziness ensues. I play his best friend at work who doesn't think he can do it and doesn't want him to do it because it's going to affect my life.
Right, because you're the player.
I'm the player guy, and plus I'm just
guy.
I just think it's going to affect our friendship.
Right.
So that's where the comedy comes in.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Okay.
So on CBS Mondays at 9:30.
It just premiered, right?
It premiered like a couple of months ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, it's already out.
Yeah.
Oh, my bad. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool, man. I'm excited about that. So, second season of Black Card revoked.
Waiting to see what BET says.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. Yeah, I did have
Yeah.
fun doing that. I would love
Yeah.
to do some more. Yes.
Yeah, man.
I would love to do Black Card Revoke. Now if we get a second season, I have more say in it. So I want to do my friends play against each other, or maybe some of my siblings come on and play against each other, and turn it into a very a fun atmosphere.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
That's dope, man. So as far as when it comes to hosting and all that stuff, what's one piece of advice that you could give to another aspiring host
Hosting?
that's not in this room at all?
Hosting, you just have to make sure that your personality emits through the camera.
Right.
So you want people watching to feel like they're in the room.
Right.
You want people watching to want to be in the room.
Yeah.
So when they watch whatever I host, I want them to say, I want to go there.
Right.
Like, I'm hosting the Apollo, we got to go to the Apollo. You're hosting this show that you want them to say, hey, how do we get tickets to be in the room for that?
Yeah.
Because it looks like so much fun. And
Yeah.
that's because you're the quarterback of the whole thing.
True. Anyway, no, I'm just playing. Anyway, I also found out that we have something in common.
Okay.
We do have something in common. You're a fellow Cancer.
I am a fellow Cancer,
are a
yes.
fellow
I
Cancer.
already started the celebration. When's your birthday?
So my birthday's on Sunday, my brother.
What? That's
June 24th.
24th, okay.
I'm the 24th.
I'm
You're
June
June
30th,
30th.
and I celebrate from the 20th to July 4th.
See now I like that, man.
But
It's
now,
birthday month.
but now here's
It's
the new thing.
birthday month.
Here's the new
You
thing.
know what I'm saying?
This is the change. This year, I decided I'm going to start celebrating from Juneteenth
You know what? That's a good idea.
From the 19th to July 4th. I'm going to celebrate from when we had freedom to July 4th.
Give us free.
Yes.
Give us free.
Yes.
And I usually never,
I
usually never work during my birthday. So
Yeah.
the fact that I'm even on the road this week is amazing because I never work. So from the 20th to July 4th, I take off everything.
I like
Yeah.
that. I need to start doing that same damn
So
thing.
happy birthday, my
So
brother.
happy birthday to
Yes,
you too,
yes,
my
sir.
dude.
Yes, sir.
Actually, we do have something for you. Where's that at?
Uh-oh. It depends on what the girl looks like.
She's ready. She's sweet. She's real sweet. We're just waiting on it. Yeah, there we go.
Nice.
Here it is, my brother.
Nice.
Happy birthday
Nice.
to you.
I love it.
Happy birthday. Come on, sing it, guys.
Nice.
Hey.
Can I get a picture of this?
Hell yeah.
Hey, dear Tony and Pascal.
Tony Rock. Everyone's like, Tony.
They're like,
This is the weakest
what's his name?
happy birthday song in the history of happy
they were
birthday
like,
songs.
what's his name?
You guys are terrible. Terrible. You guys can be better than that. And also it says happy early birthday.
I told y'all, it has begun.
Hey. Hey.
It has begun.
Hey. It says happy early birthday on this.
Yes, I love it.
There you
but
go.
you gotta have some of this too because it's your birthday.
Oh
too,
yeah,
so.
you know, like Rihanna said, you know, everybody eats cake. Anyway, hey, go ahead, blow it out, man. Or we can do it together, or not.
I had already took the breath.
Hey, Tony Rock, everybody! We'll be right back.
Thank you.
Anytime, brother. Anytime, man. What's up, guys? It's your boy Pascal. Thank you guys so much for checking out this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. But if you want to check out some more of our stuff, we got some great interviews, skits, parodies, and other great music. Go and click that like button on the Facebook page. And also, we do have a YouTube channel. Go hit that subscribe button real quick. It would really mean a lot. We got other great stuff over there as well. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. Much love to you guys. Peace.
That boy is good.
Pascal, you are now rocking with that dude Pascal. We be going wild.